fish. God. You going?
Where, Alex? Get out.
Don't leave me here. I ain't doing nothing wrong. I was even touch you.
Oh my nose. I had to defend myself.
Is your defending mechanism?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you script it. I ain't gonna touch you.
You're clay.
I ain't gonna touch you. I haven't touched you one bit.
I don't care. I don't trust you.
You're a woman eater. There's nothing in my bag.
You're back 99, Abby.
I know, it sounds supposed to be.
Compared to my bag.
Your bag.
Hey, what do we have for homework? Or what do we have for food today?
Food?
Meatloaf.
Hold on, I have an idea.
Oh my god.
What are you doing?
I don't know. What's up? What's up, Cole? Oh my god. Dude, that does not look good.
Fuck! Oh, wait, I have an idea.
They're gonna leave your hair in my ponytail. Oh god. You look weird with a ponytail.
I got it. You guys look right there.
We're getting time for homework today.
I got about 3 problems.
No worries.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
take a
did.
seat.
Oh, Dixie one. There you go. Woman beater. That's me.
Okay. All right. Here's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a quick review of what we started just the other day. We're going to kind of continue on with this idea of story prompts. We have about 3 prompts we're going to do today, and then you do get some more. Question?
See something unordinary. Well, not unorganized, but unordinary.
What's that?
Camera.
Is it on?
No, Matt. See it. Looks cool.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I'm trying to upgrade the new game. So I'm
You
looking
getting a
at
new camera?
Sort
Yeah, you're Sean. Jeez. What's in the part of our condo?
Oh, it goes along it.
Oh,
It goes
that's
along,
fine.
yeah, it's recording. All right. Let's see. All right, perfect. Okay, so we're on section 3.7, 3.15. Today we're going to go through a couple of problems again where we're trying to problem solve, right? We're trying to use, adding, subtracting, fractions, multiplying, dividing fractions to figure out a story problem. Now, the goal today is to figure out, like, when you read a story problem, can you figure out, like, what operations to do? Now, what we talked about yesterday, if you're trying to find a total of items, like, they give you a bunch of options that, okay, find the total of, like, how many miles this person ran or how many hours this person worked, you have to add. If they ask you to find what's left, it's usually subtraction. Okay, so that's the 2 big ones. Now, for division, if they're giving you a big object and they want you to break it into pieces, like a big bag of flour, and break it into smaller pieces, so they want to figure out, like, how many different recipes they can use, or how much fabric they can, or how many items they can make out of this bolt of fabric, you're probably dividing. You're finding pieces, right? Multiplying is when they give you a size of an object, but they say they need, I need 7 of these objects. How big will it be? You have to multiply. That's multiplying. You have an object, but they want, like, multiple sizes. Okay? All right, so here we go. Okay, perfect. So we have a bolt of fabric. If 2 3/8 yards of fabric on a bolt are irregular, and a bolt contains 6 1/3 yards of fabric, how much regular fabric remains. So the idea is that this, if this fabric is on a bolt that's irregular, and this is what a normal bolt contains, how much fabric remains on that? Okay, does that make sense? So you need to figure out what's left. So what operation are we going to probably do? We're going to subtract. Yeah, because you got to find what's remaining. So we're going to find what's remaining. No. What they want to do is, the idea is that they don't want you to divide. If they're saying that you have an entire bolt and they're going to make certain dresses, and the dresses require this, they want to know how many dresses you're going to make, yeah, you divide. Okay. But they're asking for how much fabric remains when I use this.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, so there you go. So subtract, let's see if you guys can figure it out. Do it by hand, so you're subtracting these two. That's what we just talked about. Okay? Give you a few minutes here, maybe 2 or 3 minutes. So give you about 2 to 3 minutes here, and then we'll go over it. Try to figure out what's left. I'm going to walk around the room here in about a minute or two, see kind of where you're at. Which one is this? Is this the
First two.
okay. Charles City still
Yep,
is not
says it's the
yeah.
same one.
And I called them yesterday. Nothing, and now no one's there today.
Do that, they're screening their calls. Oh, it's that guy.
Oh, it's that guy. Yeah, I find it funny. We pay them a lot of money. Not fun. So, the good thing is it's on my website, Laura, if you need it.
What's that?
The game is on my website if you want to watch it. Or,
No, I gotta be able to download it.
okay, I think you can download it from my website. So, I have my personal website.
Eventually they better get it fixed.
Okay.
I'll wait for him.
Yeah. Probably should switch them to yeah. As long as the fraction in front is bigger than that. Otherwise you have far. Well, and you gotta switch number, big number in the front. That's how you subtract.
Will the 2 become a 3 or a 12?
Or the
Like if you make the 6 a 5, will the 2 become a 3 or a 12?
well, what do you mean? Well,
Like you put a 1 in front of the 2, make 12. Like this. Yeah.
oh, you talking
Yeah.
about this number?
Yeah, that.
No. When you borrow from this thing, it only affects the fraction.
So bottom, okay, bottom number stays the same.
Yeah, you have. You always want to have a big number. here we go. So, before we subtract, notice that I put the big number in the front, small number in the back, because that's how you subtract. I don't want to get some weird negative number. You have this much material in the full bowls. We're taking off the irregular material. That's that part. Okay. How do you technically subtract? Okay, Cole, what do you get?
Don't you have to find the bottom number?
Bottom numbers. Bottom numbers have to be common, right? What's your common number between 3 and 8?
18. Oh, wait.
18?
Wait, what?
24.
That'd be the common number. You multiply together. 8 doesn't go into 18. 8 goes into 16, not 18. So we're going to multiply these two together. So what we'll get here is we'll get 24 on the bottom by multiplying. So I'm going to put 24 down here. On the other side, I'm going to put 24 down here. Now, on this number here, I multiplied by 3 to get 24. So I take the top times 3, and what do you get? 9. Okay. Over here, I multiplied by 8 to get the 24. So I have to take the top times 8, and I get 8. Now, this is the part right here. You can already tell. I, right now, cannot subtract those. The reason why is that this fraction here is technically too small compared to what I'm doing back here. What I'm doing is I'm trying to group them, right? Group the big numbers from the fractions. The problem is this is too small. So that's where I'm going to need to borrow. So I'm going to make this a 5, and I'm going to borrow. So I'm basically borrowing 1 from this number, and I'm going to make this go up. So I'm going to add the 24 to the top. That's going to give me 32 over 24. So I'm borrowing from the 6, making it a 5, and then the top number will go up by whatever the bottom number is. But you have to do that after you compound it on there, because I didn't know if we needed to borrow or not. Okay, so does everyone see what I did there? Add the bottom number to the top. That's where I'm getting 32. Over here, this is going to stay the same. I don't want to change that. I'm going to leave that alone. That way I can actually group and subtract these things together. So now what I'm doing is I'm grouping the 5 minus the 2, and I'm grouping the 32 over 24 minus the 9 over 24. That's what I want to do. Most common mistake that I always see people make is they try to like rearrange these things. You don't want to do that. 5 minus 2.
3.
3. Okay, over here. 32 minus 9 is 23. You're off by, if you subtract 9, you get 23. This is what's left. It's about 4. So I could have guesstimated it was going to be about 4. Because if you look at the material, that was about 6, that was about 2-ish. So when you subtract, you should get around 4, and this makes sense. So that's about 4. 3 yards. It's in yards, by the way. Okay, questions, comments on how I'm subtracting here. I know I was doing the borrowing method. I won the review deck because that's something we did the last homework. Actually, the homework that some people have not turned in yet. You need to get that done, or else it's going to stay 0. Let's get those turned in. Okay, questions, comments on this problem? Now we got about 2 left that I want to go through. And they're going to range in things, so this is the first one. Okay, alright, next problem. Okay, here we go. Okay, mathematics class is a giant turkey sandwich. It's measuring 7.5 feet long. There are 9 students that are going to share the sandwich equally. How long of the sandwich will each student have? So how long is each student serving? So it's like a big Subway sandwich. And then it's 7.5 feet long. There's 9 kids in class. So I want you to figure that out. How much will each person get? So what do you think? You have to divide. Okay, you're going to have to divide. Because we need to figure it out. Now, is each person going to get a foot-long sandwich? No. You don't have 9 feet of sandwich. If it was 9 feet, every kid would get a foot. We have a little bit less. So everyone's going to get a little bit less than a foot. That's what you should be thinking about. Okay? All right. Try it out. Let's see if what you guys figure out. I'm going to give you about 3 or 4 minutes. This will be probably the last problem we do right before lunch. up the rules. Go away. Okay, 1 underneath the 9. Okay, because what do we have to make both of these numbers?
Improper.
Improper. You have to do that. When you divide and multiply, you have to go improper. So that's 7 times the 2 is 14, plus the 1 is 15 over 2. So that's what we're doing here. We have to go to this process. That's required when you multiply or divide. You have to go to improper. There's no shortcut for it. You can't do grouping or anything like that. So when we divide, we have to switch this to multiplication, and what happens? I have to flip that over. Now what we can do is since it's at multiplication now you're allowed to simplify. You're allowed to simplify multiplication problems, multiplication division. You're allowed to simplify as you go. Some people like to just go straight across, get 15 over 18. That's fine. We're going to simplify it though, because it does simplify it down a little bit. So I'm going to break up this 15 to be 3 times 5, and then 9 I'm going to break this up to be 3 times 3. Now, what do they both have in common diagonally? 3, so I'm going to cross the 3 out. So what I'm left with on the top here is a 5. This 2 didn't really go anywhere. Over here, I have the 1. On the bottom, I have a 3. There's 1 to 3 left. So now I can go straight across. So I should get 6 over 5 over 6. And that's how many feet of sandwich. So it was almost a foot. 5 out of 6 feet. So 5/6 of a foot. Almost a perfect foot. So if you took a foot and broke it into 6 pieces, you have 5. That's how long it was. Okay, questions, comments about division? Okay, we have one more problem after lunch. That's what we'll do. I know we have a couple minutes here, but we'll do one problem after lunch just to make sure we can go through it. And then I'll turn you loose on homework. Homework that we're going to get today will be due on Monday. So you'll have some time tomorrow to work on it, but if you have not turned page A2, A3, that has to get done. Some people have not turned that in yet. We only have to think of 1 or 2 of them. So make sure you're all working on that. That was due 2 days ago, technically. And then Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. Yesterday. Wow, yesterday.
Why am I getting bullied?
He's a bully.
My brother's bullying me.
That's what brothers do. Well, especially older brothers. Younger brothers act like brats. Here. I'm watching you.
Go sit. I already know. I'm trying to mess with him.
And not play footsie.
No, don't let him in the middle.
I get in the middle.
Yeah, part of the truth.
You're out.
You want that back? You want all of this?
Hey, what's that?
Right here. Give me back here.
Okay.
Hey, get in the middle, man. So that's really one. Now I get it. What you
5 stars.
Is that gonna work? No, that means whenever I'm around, like things like that.
He used to do that to me all the time.
All right. Okay, let's continue on here. We only have one problem that I wanna go through here, and then I'll turn you this where you can work on homework today. Good. Okay, so last one here. Last problem. Okay. All right. So Emma's going to build a bookshelf. Okay, so it's kind of the same problem we did the other day. That was, I think, Tuesday. Okay, so Emma's going to build a bookshelf. She needs a certain piece of wood that measures 3.5 feet long and a piece of wood that is 5 1/4 feet long. What is the total length of wood that she will need? So if they're asking for a total, what do we need to do on this problem?
You need to add one up.
Okay, so we're going to need to add those problems because they're looking for a total. So we're going to be adding them up. All right, so take your time. Take about 2 or 3 minutes here. You probably don't need that much time on this problem. It's pretty easy. And then we're going to figure out the total here. We're going to figure out the total. Seeing a range of different answers concerns me a little bit.
I think I've seen maybe 1 or 2 people have the same one, but I've seen a range.
So double check your work. Make sure that you are adding, not multiplying or anything like that.
So we'll start hearing about in a minute or so. I'm gonna break the problem before we start.
Anyone need more time? All right. How do we add? What's the rules that we talked about earlier today?
The bottom of the
Yeah, common denominators, right? The bottom number on those fractions have to be common. They have to be the same number. I don't care how you do it. I saw somebody that was making these 8s. That's fine. You can do that. You can make them 4s because that one's already 4. I can make that a 4. It doesn't matter how you do it. I'm gonna go with 8 or 4. 4s. Okay, let's do 4s. If you did 8, hopefully you can get the correct answer. I'll show you if you did 8s. I'll show you what that answer is then. Okay, so I'm gonna make these the bottom fractions both 4s. To do that, I have to multiply this fraction by 2, that one by 2. And when you do that, this is what we're gonna get. We're gonna get 2 over 4. And that's what we will get when we multiply that fraction by 4. Notice I didn't multiply the big number, just the fractions back. Now, up here, I'm gonna leave this one alone. It already has a 4 on the bottom. So now all I'm allowed to do is just add these things together. So I can add the 2 big numbers together. If I add the actual whole numbers here, that would make 8. And that's 8 plus 5, or 3 plus 5 is 8. And then 1/4 and 2/4, well, when you add these fractions together, you just add the top numbers, right? So you'd add the common numerator there. When you get that, your final answer here on this problem should be 8. And when I add that fraction together, that would be 3, because it's 1 plus 2, and then the 4 doesn't change. Now, if you're that person that changed the bottoms to be 8s, that's fine. But your final answer, because you had to change the tops. Remember, when you multiply this fraction by 2, I take the top from 2, so it's 2 over 8. This fraction, if I multiply by 4, would be 4 over 8. When you add, you should have got, in the very end, 6 over 8. That would have been your fraction back here, if you didn't simplify it. Okay, but this is the answer I'm looking for. I saw some people that had 9. Some people, like, when they change the common denominators, they forgot to fix the top. They forgot to change that. You have to change the top when you fix the bottom. Okay. Questions, comments on what we did here? Now, basically, the whole goal today, the 3 problems we did, they had a mixture of everything. They had some subtraction, they had some multiplication, division, they had some addition problem. So I kind of want to show you kind of what you're doing. Your homework problems are going to be almost identical to these, just maybe different numbers. Okay, we good? All right, here we go. Homework today. This will be the next slide here. Okay. All right, here's your homework. All right, here. What? Yeah, it's December. Yep. So this is gonna be due on Monday the 5th. This is due Monday. So here's your 4 pages. I kind of basically what I did is I pulled some problems from adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. They're in I think the order that we're going in here. If you want to know, I think that these problems are. I think these are multiplication problems to begin with. Then we go to division. Then it goes addition and subtraction. I think that's the sections that they're from. So that should give you a hint in kind of what you're doing. Look at the thing I want you to do. Don't just blitz through them as fast as you can. Look at the wording they're using, because you know what operation they're kind of asking you to do. But look at the wording. Like when they're doing multiplication, they're saying, okay, you need 5 times more items, or you need, this board costs so much money, and we're going to make 5 of them, so what would be the total cost? So you're going to have to multiply. Okay. Division problems, you're looking for like pieces. Addition, you're finding total objects when you're adding like the prices or hours together, whatever you work on. And then subtraction, you're subtracting, to find what's remaining. Okay. We good with that? Okay. The rest of the time is yours. If you have not turned to page 82, 83, you have to turn that in. You have to work on that first. So you should be getting on that. Okay. Some people have not done that yet. Okay. And I don't want to see any computers. You will not need computers here. So you should be working on this assignment. So you should have your books out, ready to go. I don't know if you guys can sit next to each other.
This video went up on his phone while you're talking. Nothing ever.
Just kind of show the work of what you're doing there.